overtime to get to work, and what a week we will have. It's homecoming week at the University of Arizona, so we'll have plenty to talk about with that. I was gone for the week, had a really nice, relaxing time away from all of you. I missed you. I missed doing the show, but I wanted to take a step back and take a little bit of a vacation. I'll tell you what I did a little bit later in the program, but got a chance to recharge my batteries, relax, and get ready for homecoming week at the University of Arizona. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Rich Herrera. By the way, we're live. It's Monday, which means we go out to Desert Diamond Casino out here on South Nogales Highway for Monday Night Football. I'm going to buy someone dinner tonight. So if you're coming by, register, and at the end of the night, we'll have a drawing. Somebody's going to win dinner tonight, courtesy of me and Wildcats Radio 1290. They'll have their big drawing. If you make a bet on wager on Monday Night Football and it qualifies, you'll go into the big drawing, the big drum, for a ton of cash prizes. So that's going on tonight here at Desert Diamond Casino. And we invite everybody to come by and join us, Arizona's best bet. So, let's see. What's gone on since we've been gone? Well, we had a bye week. We had the NBA get going. We've got a World Series that's set. I got a ton of stuff to get to, but let me bring in J.W. Madden, our producer, back in our studios here in Tucson while I'm out here at Desert Diamond Casino. J.W., how are you?
I'm great, but Rich in Chicago just called, so he was trying to get me to answer a question I had to say. I have to talk on the radio.
Sorry,
my friend. So I think he missed you too, Rich.
I got a chance to talk to him. I worked on Friday night. I came back from Southern California in time to do the national show on Friday night, so that was a ton of fun. But I kind of missed all my people here in Tucson. So, JW, I'm glad that we're back. I'm glad that everybody survived the week without us. But again, I need to take a little bit of a vacation, and I went over to Disneyland for the day. Had a fabulous time. It was interesting. I was wearing an Arizona shirt the Wednesday we got over there. So we drove over to Anaheim. It's like 6.5 hour drive, no big deal. I slept the entire time and let my wife drive. And then when we got there, I was walking around with my Arizona shirt. I was surprised at the amount of people that yelled "Bear Down" when we were walking downtown Disney and around the hotels.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised just because I worked on campus for 10 years, and there's so many Californians who didn't get into USC, UCLA, and some of the state schools that come down here because it's still warm weather and it's not too far away from their parents if they need to run home, for some problems over the weekend. Rich, I think taking a week off now is perfect because we're coming up on the World Series. NFL's getting into the stretch run. College basketball's right around the corner. And the NBA started this week, so there's just so much going on. It's about to be real crunched.
Yeah, we've got homecoming coming up this week, so it was a perfect time to enjoy the bye week, take some time off, get away a little bit. Now we're ready to get back to work. So, with that being said, I'll remind everybody today is Monday, which means it's time for the box office blitz. Every hour, for the next 3 hours, we have giveaways for you. Why? Because that's what we do. We just give stuff away for you listening to the program. So today on the program, we're giving away, because it's about time to start talking women's basketball. And Adia Barnes, she came on the program with us. Kate Reese has been on the program with us. Working on getting Lauren Ware to come on the program with us. We have tickets for Arizona women's basketball. One of their first games against West Texas A&M. The Buffaloes coming into McHale. So we'll have women's basketball tickets to give away today here on the program. So that's coming up. So another reason for you to stick around. We just give you stuff on Monday for listening to this radio show. Now, with all that being said, it's time to get after it. Let's see what's rattling around. And what I've been thinking about since I went on vacation, it's time to see what's rattling around in Rich's big old head.
Warning. The following segment might trigger some listeners, and 1290 does not take responsibility for the following content.
What the hell is going on?
It's time for The List, as we explore the sick, twisted mind of our host, Rich Herrera.
And that's when things got bad.
And the list of things he is thinking about in that huge size 8 Chrome Magnum head of his.
Look at the size of that boy's head. That's like an orange on a toothpick. You're gonna give the boy a complex. Oh, that's a huge noggin. Has its own weather system.
It really does. It really does have its own weather system. Now, what's rattling around in this big old dome of mine besides people signing up to win dinner over here at Desert Diamond Casino on South Nogales Highway. Well, bye week's over. Arizona had an opportunity to catch their breath. The players got Friday and Saturday off. Jed Fish and his staff jumped on planes, flew all over the western United States recruiting. Jed went and saw, I think he said he saw 4 games. They had coaches out in Texas. They had coaches in California. They had coaches all over Arizona. Some might have even flown over the Pacific looking for players. They went everywhere. Off of the recruiting, we'll talk about what Jed said and how the recruiting went this bye week, because that's what happens in college football. You get the bye week, you go through, you get the players a couple days off. Coaches don't get those days off. They got to take off and go see high school football games, and they're kind of rock stars. If you're Jordan Powell when you walk on campus and you're wearing your head to toe in your Arizona gear and you got an Arizona hat, you got an Arizona sweatshirt, all the kids looking, hey, look, that's a college football coach. They're coming over here to see JW. So all of a sudden there's a little buzz. All the parents are looking around, the team's looking around, all the players are looking around, and that coach is standing on the sideline, arms folded, taking notes. Every player's looking at them, both teams, and they're watching, see who's playing. Maybe they catch the eye. They catch someone, the eye of someone that they didn't have on their radar. Maybe there's somebody that just goes out and sees, hey, there's a coach here, and he's just balling. They go, wait a minute, I came here to see that dude. I want that dude instead. It's a whole ordeal when they hit the road and they go in the first quarter, jump in their car, run to another game, jump into a car and try to get to the last game. They might see 2, 3, 4 games if they hustle and the schools are close enough, and they go out, and Jed said for him, he wants to go see games where there are multiple players. There's a quarterback that he wants to see, and there's a running back that he likes on the other team. Maybe there's a defensive end on the first team. He wants to see multiple players while he's out there recruiting. So that's what they did this week. So now that's over. The bye week is over. Now it's time to get after it for the rest of the season. And oh, what a schedule the University of Arizona has. They've got 3 games in a row against ranked teams. Coming up this weekend, the University of Southern California is rolling into Tucson for what possibly could be the very last time we'll ever see the Cardinal of Gold and Tommy Trojan come to Tucson. I think it is. I think this will be the last time you'll ever see USC come to Arizona. It's kind of sad. You know, it's just kind of been out there in the atmosphere, out there in the clouds that USC, UCLA are leaving our conference. But when you think about it, for the USC Trojans, this really kind of should start to hit home for you. This could be the last time we'll ever see the Trojans here in Tucson. I don't know if USC would want to schedule Arizona at a conference. I don't know if Arizona would want to schedule USC at a conference. So this very well could be the last time we ever see the USC Trojans come in here to Tucson. To me, it's kind of sad. Again, I'm a Pac-12 loyalist. I love the Pac-12. I love everything about this conference. And to see something like that happen it kind of saddens me. It really, really does. Now, what's the crowd going to be like? We're going to talk about this all week. Tucson, USC, the Traders, UCLA, the Backstabbers, they both bailed. They both left. They both walked out on you. They both were partners. In fact, USC's president was on the committee. Hey, do we want to expand the Pac-12 conference? She goes, no, we're okay. We'll just leave it at 12. Meanwhile, she had been double dealing, negotiating with the Big Ten on bailing on us while she was telling the conference, we don't need to expand. Just stay where it is. That's why not happy with the USC Trojans. Not at all. So what kind of response are you going to give them? What kind of crowd are we going to have at Arizona Stadium for the Trojans' last trip into Tucson? Is it going to be booing, raining down boos the second you see Tommy Trojan take the field, or will it be kind of, whatever? Because again, when we talk about them jumping in 2025. It seems like forever from now, but you know what? It's not. Again, these things will start playing when you think about it. No more USC coming to town. No more UCLA coming to town. No more Arizona playing at the Coliseum. No more Arizona playing at the Rose Bowl. No more Arizona going to Pauley Pavilion. No UCLA coming here to Arizona to play at McHale Center. It's sad. It's really sad. It's like the breakup of a marriage. It's the dissolution of a family. But the Bruins and the Trojans decided they wanted to go over there and leave us to go and play in the Big Ten. I'm supposed to say best of luck to them, but I'm still pretty bitter, so I'll just say meh. Anyway, we'll talk a lot about that. It's also homecoming week, and now it's official. Arizona is announced its Ring of Honor. Our friend Vance Johnson, who we've had in studio with us for an hour, remarkable story of a guy who had everything, lost it all, and got back up, and now he's helping people. Truly inspiring man. He'll go into the Ring of Honor, and for me, this means a little bit more. It's a little different. Vance hadn't been to Tucson in forever. Remember, he grew up here. Was a Cholla Charger, but he hadn't been back in a long time. The first time he came back, he walked into Arizona Stadium. He actually went to the radio booth with myself, with Kelvin Efon, and with Glenn Howell's former teammate. And if you remember that spring game 2 years ago, and you were listening to our broadcast that day, he had a look. And tears came to his eyes, and it was such an emotional moment for him walking back out, and he hadn't been to Arizona Stadium since he left to play in the National Football League, and to stand there and experience that moment next to him was something I'll never forget. And now he looked up, and he'll see his name on the side of the stadium for the rest of eternity. Now, the Ring of Honor is a really, really big honor for a man, and like I said, and we're going to work on getting him on this week. He had everything and then lost it all, and now he's regained it all with a different perspective. It's a story of redemption, and we all love second chances. So I'm thrilled for Vance Johnson, who I call a friend. Ortiz Jenkins going in. We just had him. He joined us on the pregame show a little while ago. We're working on getting him on, and at least hearing him this weekend during the pregame show. He belongs up there. He belongs up there. You talk about some of the most iconic plays in Arizona history. Leap by the lake. Oh, don't need to say anything else. And then I thought this one was very interesting. Button Salmon. I didn't realize that Button Salmon, the man who gave us Bear Down, Arizona, hadn't been inducted into the Ring of Honor. Here's Jed Fish. And if you have this for me, JW, here's Jed Fish, count one, during his press conference day, acknowledging the three men that will be forever seen, their names emboldened on the stadium for the Arizona Wildcats.
Big weekend for the Arizona Football Ring of Honor. Vance Johnson, Ortiz Jenkins, and the family of John Button Salmon. John Button Salmon will be inducted into the Arizona Hall of Fame, Ring of Honor, I should say, which surprising to me that hasn't been done before. So, a pretty amazing deal. Hopefully we will bear down on Saturday. Excited about Rob Gronkowski being our honorary captain. That should be a great time to have him here. I think he'll be here a couple days early, be able to spend some time with our team, be able to watch a practice, hopefully, talk to our guys. Should have a lot of great people, great players coming back for homecoming. So very excited for that to occur. I think that'll be great for our players. Got a big game ahead of us with USC. Need to play our absolute best in this game. They're a top 10 team in the country. They do a lot of things extremely well, and we recognize that. We know that. We need to do a great job of defending them.
Got about 30 seconds.
The ball, when we're on offense and scoring touchdowns. Done a lot of great things in a lot of categories on offense this year, but need to be better. When we get into that red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. It's got to be touchdowns against USC if we're going to win this game. Otherwise, we're going to have a A long, hard battle ahead of us. So we're looking forward to being as good as we can in the red zone and using this bye week to get better there.
So those were Jed's comments as he sat down with the reporters, but I think it's cool. Talk about a class, Vance Johnson, Ortiz Jenkins, and John Button Salmon all going into the Hall of the Ring of Honor together. It's pretty cool. All right, we got more to talk about coming up on the program. The Cats will take on USC. I'm going to get into that in just a second. Oh, by the way, the World Series set. Houston will take on the Philadelphia Phillies. All the trolls and the haters are going to get mad over Houston. Therefore, I'm rooting for my friend Dusty Baker and the Houston Astros to win the whole darn thing. Christian Coloco got into a scrap this week in the NBA. We'll talk about that coming up on the program. We've got a whole bunch to get to. Most importantly, I want to get your phone calls, your text messages. I've been gone for a while. I miss you. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number for you to join us. You can text the word RICH to 520-848-1290 as well. Text the word RICH to 520-848-1290 as well. We've got a lot to get to. We're live, Desert Diving Casino on South Nogales Highway. Come by, see us. We're giving away dinner. They'll have their big drawing. All that coming up here on the home of the Arizona Wildcats. This is Wildcats Radio 1290. Hey, JW.
Yes, Rich.
Do we have a solid connection?
Yeah, it was going in and out in the first minute or two, but it's
Okay.
been solid the last 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
It's just the Wi-Fi. I think what happens is something to do with the video connection, because I know the one time you guys didn't have access to YouTube video, it didn't have any kind of issues whatsoever.
Wildcats Radio 1290.
It sounds clean now.
Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. We have a couple collisions around town. Grant Road at Oracle Road, Craycroft Road at Broadway Boulevard, Duval Mine Road.
Also, Rich, I
at
do
South
have...
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Coloco. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Coloco, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Coloco. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down, and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Coloco. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellis, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball. Down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
For food every hour during our box office blitz, only on Wildcats Radio 1290. Rich Herrera on Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, hey, remind everybody, we're live at Desert Diamond Casino here on South Nogales Highway. They have their big Monday Night Football drawing going on. They have cash prizes they give away at kickoff, at halftime, and after the final gun. Come on by, hang out with us. We'll also be buying some dinner tonight. We're coming out to Desert Diamond Casino. Number for you to join us, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. That's the number here at Tucson for you to join us. You can also text me, Rich. Text the word Rich to 520-848-1290. Text the word Rich to 520-848-1290. Let me see. Let me grab one call, then I got to talk about Jet on the recruiting trail. Rich, Chicago, calls in, listens to us on our app and online on our stream at WildcatsRadio1290.com. Rich, buddy, how are you? Bear down.
I'm doing great. Hey, I'm all about, I'm a born-again Arizona guy now. You know, if I'm going to go to the Pac-12, who I don't like, it's you guys and no one else.
There you go. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to send you a hat. You know what? You know what? Send me your address. I'm going to send you something.
Well, I sent you something on a video, on a picture.
Yep, I got it.
One of my high school buddies, he played at Navy, and I traded stuff. I gave him Gator gear. He sent me the Navy gear.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Although my son wanted to go to the Naval Academy, he ended up going to Merchant Marine instead. I still root for Navy football.
That's close enough. Hey, look, this is perfect for you today, and I'll be brief and jump off so you can take your local guys. Since you're at Desert Diamond, right?
Right.
All right. I got 3 retirement plays for you.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna write. Wait a minute. No, hold on. I gotta write these down because they're normally good. So give it to me.
Well, no, I gotta tell you something. I sent you my record versus the Vegas guys. I'm burying those guys.
Oh yeah, no, you're crushing.
But anyway,
so come on. I need to buy my wife a present. So what do I got?
This is it. I'm going to give you the 3 plays. You want to parlay the Patriots tonight with the Celtics because they're both playing Chicago teams. This is a Boston beatdown. Parlay the Patriots with the Celtics. They'll kill the Bulls and they'll kill the Bears.
So wait a minute.
That's the
Patriots
first easy
and
one.
Celtics. I like that one.
Yes.
Right? Just straight money line, right?
Yeah. Money line parlay.
Money line parlay. Okay.
All right. The second play. This is my favorite because I'll be there this weekend. Take the Gators plus 22.5 Saturday against Georgia.
Okay.
They don't get blown out by anybody. Richardson put 33 on Tennessee single-handedly, and Georgia isn't the Georgia of last year. Let me tell you something. They may not win. Okay, I shouldn't say may not. Probably won't. But let me tell you something. This could be anything from a 10-point game or under, easy.
All right.
And you got 22.5. And then the last one is your favorite guy. You want to take the Astros in the series in 6 games or less.
Ooh, 6 games or less.
Yes, they're not, just to protect yourself, I think they'll sweep them.
Right.
But you got big odds if you take 6 or less.
Ooh, I never thought about that one. All right, I don't know about the Gators one. The Georgia still scares me, but I trust you because you've been killing Vegas. But I love the Patriots and Celtics over the Chicago teams, the Bears and the Bulls, and then the Astros in less than 6 games to win the World Series. Those are great ones.
All right, real quick, I'm going to give you the rationale because these aren't flyers on tonight's Monday night game, which you'll probably watch.
Right.
Here's the reason for the beatdown. If you really want to get crazy, I got 3 plays tonight on Monday night game, which is separate. You want to take, first of all, let me give the stats, and then I'll tell you why. Justin Fields is 1-8 as a road quarterback.
Wow.
Can't handle the noise, can't handle the pressure, and he's going to New England with Belichick. Good luck with that.
Right.
Secondly, the Bears have the 32nd, the worst rush defense in the NFL, and New England has the 11th best rushing offense.
Okay.
So I don't care who quarterbacks.
Right.
I don't care who quarterbacks. It won't matter. Justin Fields is the worst-ranked quarterback in the NFL, and the Bears' rushing defense is a sieve. This game, and I'm not talking crazy. This game will at least be a 17-point win for the Patriots, at least. So here's the play: take the Patriots on a teaser. All right, get them down to 2.5 or 2. You want to tease them, and you want to take the under 46. Add the 6 back to the total because the Bears only average 15 a game.
Right.
They aren't going to score at all. So take the under 46 and the Patriots laying 2.5 on a 6-point teaser.
Right.
And then I would play them to win the game outright, laying the 8. I think you can kill it 3 ways.
Oh, yeah. No, I think so. All right, so do me a favor, because I love all of these. Call me tomorrow, and I'm going to keep my little cheat sheet right here. We'll walk through and see how we did.
Okay. No, I normally send that out to you, so you got it.
Right. No, but we'll talk about it there.
Okay. Oh, yeah, but you're right there. You can buy your bride as much as you want with these places.
That's right. All the money that I spent at Disneyland eating corn dogs and churros, I'll be able to make it back up today.
Yeah, easy. This is easy money. This is retirement money if you want to get done.
I love it. Buddy, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
All right, take care. I love that one. The Chicagos, the New England teams beating the Chicago teams. That's easy money right there. All right, coming up for the program, we are going to talk a little bit about homecoming week. Listen, Jed Fish has got to get this team motivated to play. A big-time favorite. USC is going to walk in here like they own the place. Arizona's football and part of the legacy is knocking teams like that out. will Jed be able to add his name to that legacy? And if he does, what's that mean for the program? If he doesn't, what's it mean for the program? We're going to talk about that coming up next. USC coming in. Is there any way in God's green earth that Arizona could shock the world? We'll do that next. We're live at Desert Diamond Casino. We invite you to come by, join us. We'll be here with you up until 7 o'clock when we give away our dinner tonight. But I got open phone lines for you, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Does anybody have the guts just to go out there and say it? I'm going to call the upset. I'm going to say right now that I think Arizona could shock the world. Is anybody willing to put their name on it? I'll get Paul and everybody else's telephone calls coming up. I'm Rich Herrera. We're live, Desert Diamond Casino. Come by, join us. I'll buy you dinner. At least somebody's going to win dinner tonight, courtesy of the home of the Arizona Wildcats, Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry Can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps out of the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big
Early
time.
on the field is a safety.
Yes, that's big time by Arizona. That time.
It's Rich Herrera Radio Show here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Oh, boy. Today's going to be a fun day. We're live at Desert Diamond Casino. We invite you to come by and join us. We're here on South Nogales Highway. Somebody's going to win dinner by coming by and registering. They have their big cash drawing that they have right at kickoff, halftime, and after the football game. So it's Monday Night Football. Come by and join us here, Desert Diamond Casino on South Nogales Highway. Number for you to join us in the program, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290, as we talk Arizona Wildcat football with you right now. It's a huge week. It is a huge week for Jedfish. Right now, the Cats are 3-4. That's a respectable 3-4. Last year at this point, the Cats were 0-7. But the Pac-12 is not very forgiving. Just ask the UCLA Bruins, who've already lost. The USC Trojans, who've already lost. The Oregon Ducks have lost overall this season. The Pac-12 is not forgiving. And the Pac-12 will not be forgiving for the Arizona Wildcats over the next 3 weeks because they have number 10 in the country, USC. They've got Utah on the road. Then they go on the road to UCLA before Washington State and then the Territorial Cup. Arizona's got to find a way to win a game. One of these next 3 games or the season just will slip away. Not sure what happens to Washington State, and nobody wants to walk in on a huge losing streak to take on Arizona State. Arizona football has always been predicated on finding a way. Some Wildcats got to make a play. So what's going to happen here? What Wildcat is going to make a play? Can Arizona shock the world? Can Arizona's defense get a stop? Can Arizona outlast somebody, out-throw somebody, outscore somebody? Because that's what Arizona football has been always about. It's been about going out there and shocking the world when no one else gives you a chance against Miami or any of those other schools that Arizona's built a reputation on taking down. So what's going to be this time? Does Arizona have it within themselves to shock the world? Are you willing to put your name on it? Not just say, I think they're going to win, but tell me, explain to me how Jedfish is going to get these guys to shock the world. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290, the number for you to join us. They've got to find a way. Jed has got to motivate his guys to rise their game above whatever the standard he has right now, rise themselves up to meet the challenge of taking on a top 10 team. This is coaching right now on Jed after a bye week. Jed and his staff have to find a way. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Let me go to Paul in Phoenix. Paul, bear down. Welcome. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Rich, bear down, my friend. And, you know, my wife is very happy that you're back because I wandered around the house aimlessly just trying to figure out who am I going to talk to. Okay, so I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad you had a good, nice, relaxing time, and you've got your batteries recharged as
I worked on Monday, and I took Tuesday off, and it was like I wandered around the house. I didn't really know what to do. I sat there watching TV. I was like, wow, I am just going to not think at all. And I did. I just sat there just brain dead for a couple hours. And then on Wednesday, we drove over to Anaheim. We got to Disneyland, walked around downtown Disney, had supper, and then went to the park. And I got there rope drop at 7 o'clock. Park opened at 8, and we stayed until midnight, went on every ride of both parks, and had the best time, and then had a nice, relaxing drive back to Arizona on Friday, and then worked on the network Friday night. Saturday I was up at Scottsdale at a college recruiting fair, and it's Sunday. Sunday I hung a wreath on the front door for my wife for all of her Halloween decorations, and I felt like I had a very successful day.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So that was my week.
Can't
that
top
was
that.
my week. So anyway, talk to me.
That's wonderful. Okay, well, you know what? Who's the biggest homer that calls into your radio show?
That would be you.
It's me. It's me.
No!
Okay, so here's the scoop.
Yeah, by the way, being a homer is not a bad thing.
No, I'm not. It's not a bad thing. But I'm gonna tell you right now. I went into that Washington game thinking we're gonna create some things that are gonna make us win that game, and it didn't happen. Okay, and I haven't spoken to you, but I'm gonna tell you this: we're due. I shouldn't even say we're due. No, we're going to impose our will somehow, some way, and we're going to send USC out to the Big Ten. Knock yourselves out, USC. We don't want to see you anymore. Go play Indiana. Good luck with that. Go play Rutgers. Go play Penn State. Travel halfway across the country, or more than halfway across the country. But Coach will have them motivated, and Hunter Echols will be extremely motivated. And I'm telling you right now, this team, we all know they're very capable of putting together a victory, okay? It's going to be on the shoulders, and I hate to say it, I'm going to put it on him, Jaden DeLora. If Coach is going to stick with him, which he is, and I'm okay with that, Jaden, we're going to have to outshoot him, and it's going to be somewhere in the range of about 45 to 42. I think the last time we beat them in Tucson was 2012, so we're due. It's been 10 years since we beat them.
I'm with you all the way up until we talk about Jaden DeLora. I think Jaden's done his job. I think Jaden's put up enough offense. I think Arizona's put up enough offense. I don't know if I can ask more from Jaden. I mean, Jed said it. Listen.
No, but Rich, yeah. I was just saying, no. If he throws 6 touchdown passes, I mean, that's what we're going to need him to do, and I think that's going to be amazing. He can do it. He will lead us. He really will. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Here's what I'm thinking. Arizona. The only way Arizona's going to win football games this year is in a shootout. Arizona just doesn't have the defense right now, the defensive depth right now, to impose their will on anybody and just shut somebody down. They just don't have the Jims and Joes. And that's where they struggle. That's where you're going to start seeing a lot more freshmen and sophomores and younger players getting bigger opportunities as we get closer and closer to the Territorial Cup. Jed's going to start going younger and younger and younger, giving guys an opportunity because he has no choice. Normally, you know what, you let a freshman play a couple snaps. He gets close to losing his red shirt. You decide whether you're going to keep putting him in games so he loses that red shirt, or you pull him back and say, listen, we're not going to waste a year of eligibility on you playing 5 games in 10 snaps. But I think for Jed right now, there's a couple things, and I'm going to read between the lines. He talked about being out on the recruiting trail and selling to kids right now. If you're a freshman, look at T-Mac. Look at Dorian Singer. Look at Speedy Luke. Look at all these guys that have had opportunities to play this year. When we tell you at the University of Arizona, if you come here, you could play right away. We're showing you how right now on offense. On defense, he's saying, listen, we are having a hard time stopping the other team. If you can play and you can help us contribute right now, I'll use you today. We'll talk with this about Kelvin in a little bit. But for me, I think it's going to be a little bit different. I don't think it's on Jaden to do more. I think it's for Jaden to play responsibly and under control. But in order to beat somebody, in order to take somebody down who's going to be heavily favored over the top of you, it's going to take a Herculean effort. It's going to take a Herculean effort from somebody. So you can't just change it and go, okay, Arizona's going to win a 6-3 football game and it becomes a defensive struggle. That's out of the realm of possibilities. But it's going to be up to some Wildcat making a play like Dick Tomey used to say. What Wildcat's going to make a play? Which Wildcat on defense is going to give me a pick six? Can I get Christian Young to give me a pick six and get one extra possession for the Arizona Wildcats? Can I get Christian Roland Wallace having one of those balls tipped up in the air and finding the hands of a linebacker like Jacob Manu, who takes off down the field, puts Arizona in position on the 5 to punch the ball in after a turnover? Can I get Arizona to pick a turnover up and get a score off of that? It's going to take one of those Herculean efforts for the Arizona Wildcats, and that's where this is going to be up to the motivation. Because coaches, what game was I watching? Oh, I was watching the Niners Chiefs game this weekend. So as I'm watching the game, they're talking about Andy Reid, and they say there's two kinds of head coaches. There's the head coach that is a brilliant play caller and a head coach, and he's just an offensive genius. And I thought of Chip Kelly. Then there's the type of head coach that's the perfect motivator, that really knows how to go out there and motivate his players and get the absolute most out of them at all times, and he knows when to push them, when to pull back, when to kick them in the tail, when to pat them in the back, when to lay into them, and when to support them. Nick Saban. And then you get a guy who's both, who's a great motivator and an offensive genius. That's what they were talking about when they were talking about Andy Reid, when you watched him absolutely embarrass the 49ers in the second half of that football game. Every head coach has got to have that moment where he gets more out of his team than they have, where he just absolutely wrings blood out of a turnip, or whatever. I can't remember what the saying is. To get blood out of a stone. Sorry, turnip, truck, bloodstone, whatever. But he absolutely gets the most, and he gets more than he really should out of them. Jed needs to have one of those moments with this team against USC, against Utah, against UCLA. And the Pac-12 is the perfect conference for that to happen. John Canzano uses the phrase, that's so Pac-12. You know what's Pac-12? That Pac-12 is Oregon after getting plastered by Georgia, beating UCLA and knocking them out of the ranks of the unbeaten. So that's so Pac-12 is Utah, who lost on a last-second play in the swamp to Florida, beating USC in a last-second play to knock USC out of the unbeaten. The Pac-12 beats themselves up, and there's always that game. And Arizona's been a lot of these games over the years, Paul, where Arizona will go and knock somebody off and keep somebody from getting to a bowl game. A lot of times in the history of the school, it's been that school up north, but there's been plenty of opportunities where Arizona could take down a UCLA, take down a USC, take down a Utah, take down an Oregon, and knock them out of an opportunity to play for the Pac-12 championship or go to a big bowl game. And it's about time Arizona football does that right now in this build. Not a rebuild. We're done with the rebuild. This is the build. Jed Fish and the Arizona Wildcats need to have that mark. They need to go ahead and win that battle and have that battle so people start to fear them.
Rich, it's our turn. It is, and I'm gonna mention two of the things real quick, okay? Because I know you're probably gonna get to other people.
No, listen, I got time for you. I've been gone for a week, man. I don't want your wife. I don't want your wife getting upset.
I know, but later this week, can you talk? Not today's not a good day, but can you talk later this week? I keep seeing things on social media about how the Big 12 is being offered blah blah blah, big dollar amounts, okay, by the networks, okay, a couple networks, and how people are saying, oh, you know, Arizona should have jumped on there as quick as they could. So maybe you'll talk about that. But the other thing I want to mention, and this is kind of basketball related,
Can I talk about that? Can I just mention that real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Whoever, the people that are spreading those rumors are clowns. I'll just say it right now. They're clowns. They have no idea what they're talking about because, as Canzano said, and I agree with them, it's unsourced. It's not like you're saying, oh, I heard this for, or I talked to a Pac-12 athletic director, or this athletic director who spoke on the condition of anonymity. None of them have said we're all looking to go. So I've told you this from the beginning. There are people right now that are working clandestine to try to break up this conference, and a lot of that is coming from the Big 12. Brent Yermark, who's the commissioner of the Big 12, is trying to destabilize this conference. He's trying. In fact, he's jumping ahead, trying to get ahead of the Pac-12 in the renegotiations for his media contract, because theirs doesn't expire for another 2 years, but he's trying to jump ahead. He's doing everything he can to save that crumbling conference, and the more that he destabilizes the Pac-12, the stronger he makes his wobbly conference look like. Like, my wife used to work with this woman who was horrible at her job. My wife works in the hospitality industry. She worked with this woman. They had a parallel job. They kind of worked in two different lanes, but they had a lot to do with each other. This woman was horrible at her job. But instead of trying to get better at her job, what she did was she deflected everything towards my wife. I'm going to probably get in trouble for telling this story. But we've all been in that situation at work where you work with somebody, they're really bad at their job, and instead of trying to fix their own ship, they keep trying to throw water into yours, dragging you down, hoping that everybody's going to go, oh, look how bad Paul is. He's horrible. We should all pay attention to him, so they don't pay attention to that one person that's inept at their job. That's kind of what the Big 12's doing right now, with the help of some dimwits that keep throwing this stuff out there. The folks in the Big 12, who's their marquee football team right now in the Big 12?
That's a great question.
They don't have one.
I'm going to play dumb. Yeah, exactly. Who is it? They're gone.
Is it Oklahoma State? Does Oklahoma State make you turn the channel? No.
Not even close.
Is it TCU?
Baylor? No.
Is it Baylor?
TCU,
so who's
no.
the national?
No.
Who's the national brand of the Big 12? They don't have one.
They don't.
They don't have one. So
what
are they trying to do? They need a national brand. Who's the national brand of the Pac-12? Well, obviously it was USC, UCLA, and you have Oregon. Those in Washington a little bit. I think they're a little overrated in all this talk about who's going where. But Pac-12 will have a national brand in Oregon when all this is said and done. So what do they want out there in Big 12 country? Their national brand right now is Kansas, but that's a basketball brand. If they can destabilize and steal the four teams out of the Pac-12 conference, if they can go out there and steal Arizona State, Utah, and Colorado, that gives them national brands that they don't have right now. Why would you go, if you're Arizona, let me ask you this, who would you rather be associated with? Who would you rather your comp set be? When I mention these schools, which one would you rather be associated with? Baylor, Oklahoma State, and Iowa State. Would you rather be connected to those schools, or would you rather be connected to Cal, Stanford, and Oregon?
No question.
That's why they're trying to destabilize these schools to prop them up, because they know they really don't have much going on for themselves right now. That's why George Kliavkoff said that. At Pac-12 Media Day. Hey, the Big 12 is open for business, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm not sure we're ready to go shopping yet." They're the ones that are running their mouth. Listen, I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see whether Kliavkoff is doing the right thing by keeping his big fat mouth shut while all the other folks are yelling and screaming, going crazy, and running their mouths. But I will tell you this: we talked to Dave Heeke, and he went on the record with us 2 weeks ago, and he said, "We're all of this conference. We are all committed to stay together." Now he says we have contingency plans. We'd be foolish. I'm paraphrasing here. We'd be foolish not to have a backup plan. But right now, we are all committed to keeping this together. George Kliavkoff said this. He told the Canzano and Wilner podcast, we're going forth, and if we come up with the right plan that all 10 of our member institutions are going to agree with, we'll get that grant and rights done. That's why I think where we are right now in negotiations is they went back to they went back to ESPN and Fox in the exclusive window, and they said, here's what we're looking for. They said, okay, but I think if you're the Pac-12, you also have to figure out, what am I going to do for distribution of the Pac-12 network? Because the distribution package I have right now sucks. Nobody can get it. That has to go onto streaming somewhere. So once that expired, now I can negotiate with ESPN Plus, which is a different entity. It's a different bag of money than ESPN Linear. Now I can go to Apple and Amazon. I think, my gut tells me, we're going to have the Pac-12 end up on ESPN and their platforms, and you're going to have a lot of the Pac-12 network programming jump from cable television with zero distribution outside of my house because I have Xfinity just so I can get the Pac-12 network to an Amazon or an Apple or a streaming platform like that where, all right, it's not going to be on every cable system, but at least I can spend the $5 a month to get Pac-12 network.
All right, fellas, I'm not on the air, but we need to take a break here. So
That's fine with me. That sounds good to me.
There you go. All right, hey, you've taken way too much of my time today.
We got to give away.
Well, just last but not least, let me just say this.
No, okay, hurry, because I'm getting in trouble.
Favorite former Wildcat. Everybody, pay attention. The young man is tearing it up with the Pacers. Benedict Mathurin.
We're going to talk about him this week.
Kid.
I promise. All right, I got to go.
What a great kid.
I got to go. Get out of here. You're getting me in trouble with my
Bear down. Get out of here.
Bear down. JW, I'm so sorry. I went on a tirade. I didn't mean to. Let's give away.
No worries, man. I mean, Paul from Phoenix is the guy to talk to. So if it's going to go a few minutes long, it's going to be with Paul.
He got me going talking about this whole Big 12 thing. I think
you know what it is, Rich, is that the people of Tucson love hypothetical TV right conversations. So, I mean, you had to give it to them.
Well, I mean, listen, the folks in the Big 12 are trying to just plant it's so much subterfuge and
it's been that way, yeah. There's so much spy-type stuff goes on behind the scenes.
And, yeah, I mean, listen, some of these guys in the Big 12, I think they might have come from the CIA, the way that they're planning information and manipulating things. All right, let's do this. Let's give away a pair of tickets for Arizona women's basketball. It's time to open up the box office. Time for the Blitz.
The Wildcats Radio 1290 box office is now open.
You feel that right away. It's just refreshing.
With tickets to ball games, concerts, movies.
Surely you can't be serious.
And more.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Start calling at 520-848-1290 to win. Good luck from Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, I got a pair of tickets to give away. Arizona women's basketball to kick off the season against West Texas A&M, the Buffalo. Adia Barnes is going to have a great team this year. She is my absolute favorite. Last night we were out watching Sunday Night Football. I was talking with some season ticket holders. I am fired up for Coach Adia to get going. So here's what we have. A pair of tickets to give away. JW, pick a number, any number. What number do you want to go?
Let's do number 5 this time.
Oh, we're gonna make it easy for you. Number 5.
Well, we're going to go up in numbers. 5 now, and then maybe we'll get a little higher later. We'll see. We'll see how the day goes.
I like giving stuff away. Let's give away a pair of tickets to caller number 5 at 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. We'll take a pair of tickets, give them away. Caller number 5, dial now, 520-848-1290. The number for you to join us. Hey, speaking of basketball, did you see Christian Coloco mixing it up? We'll talk about that next here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Coloco. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Coloco, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin, Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins. Throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three. Blocked again by Koloko. Follow grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry. Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins. Throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three. Blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way. Out to Tabellas. Down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps into the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety.
All right, we continue with you here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Appreciate it. JW, we doing okay?
Yeah, Rich, we're doing great.
Okay, I feel bad we went long.
No, I just wanted to make sure we could get the callers to give them a chance to call in and win those women's basketball tickets.
I mean, listen,
that's all I care about.
That's a big priority for us today, isn't it?
For sure, yeah, no doubt.
So we wanted to make sure we got all those folks taken care of. So let's see. What was I going to tell everybody? Today's kind of a weird day for me. I don't know, JW. I share everything about my personal life. I just think, if you're going to hang out with me for 3 hours a day, I should kind of bare my soul to you, if I will, if I'm going to sit here on the radio with you and talk. So today's kind of a weird day. Like I told, what was my problem last week, JW?
There's so many, Rich. I'm trying to remember which one it was
What
that
was it?
specifically stands out.
Well, what? I'm trying to think. My wife was gone, and I was completely lost. I couldn't figure out what to eat. Right? So that was a big personal thing that I had to get through, and we discovered that I have the life skills of a second grader.
Yeah, you don't know how to use a can opener, I think is what we discovered.
I survived. Actually, I was very proud of myself. I was on so I started my vacation the day that she got back. I actually cleaned the house before she got home. I actually did.
Awesome.
I tried to do laundry. I didn't do very well, so she had to come home and rewash everything because it's a smart washer. I don't know what to do. But I actually did do all of the dishes, so there was not a dirty dish in the house when she came home.
I think the follow-up question Tucson really wants to know, Rich, is how are the dogs doing?
The dogs survived.
Because I know there was an issue with how to feed the dogs, along with how to feed yourself. So
they were so excited to see her come back because they kept looking at me because I kept feeding them the wrong way. But the dogs survived, so that was important for everybody.
Yeah, that's very vital. You got to make sure you don't want to buy an extra goldfish, while your wife's out of town. Like that's a bad look.
It would be hard to replace Roxy and Lady, but they survived her being gone. But then, so the reason I'm just saying that, we went to break, and I got a telephone call from my mom's best friend, Monica, who lives in Houston, Texas. And today would have been my mom's birthday. So we lost her a year and a half ago when she passed. So today would have been her birthday. So Monica called just to tell me that she was thinking of us and hoped we were doing okay on my mom's birthday. So I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of off a little bit today. But it was awfully nice for her to call and tell me that she was thinking about us and thinking about my mom on today would have been her birthday. So she told us my mom's favorite restaurant in the entire world was Cracker Barrel because she loved to go shopping so much and she loved to eat. So she goes, I hope you guys are all going to Cracker Barrel tonight for your mom's birthday. So, yeah, absolutely. We got to go for our mom's birthday. Yeah, to Cracker Barrel. So it was kind of cool because she had called my brother and sister in California. They're going to go to Cracker Barrel. I'm going to go to Cracker Barrel so we can all celebrate my mom, which would have been her birthday today. I think she would have been 72, 73, I think, today. Let's see, 74 today. She would have been 74 today. So it was kind of nice hearing from her. So that was kind of cool. So if I'm a little weepy right now, if you're watching and I'm a little teary-eyed because she called to tell me that, that's why. So whenever I'm off a little bit, I'm going to share that with you and tell you. So anyway, let's get back to what I wanted to talk about. We've been watching Benedict Mather. JW's been watching the highlights, and he's been doing awesome, right, JW?
No, actually, I watched all 3 games. I watched all 3 of the Pacer games this year, so far. I've watched every second of their games. Yeah.
And how's he look?
Well, the most impressive thing to me, Rich, which you never know until a guy gets to the league, is how quick his first step is. And honestly, like, Ben Mathurin right now is making a lot of NBA players look really slow. Like, the way he's out there getting by the first line of defense to get to the second line and do whatever he wants with the rim. It's just really impressive. Yeah, exactly. That first step. Sean Elliott, Rich, was the best player I ever saw play at the U of A for that simple reason, is that his first step, the three-point stance, where you have the ball ready to shoot, pass, or drive, when you get in that stance and do a little jab step stuff like Sean was so famous for, when your first step is so quick, it doesn't matter if the guy guesses wrong, you're by them. Right now, 3 games into his NBA, let me give you a stat. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
So Ben Mathurin scored 72 points in his first 3 games, right? Only 3, like, ever since 1980, the only players to have accomplished that, and mind you, this is all off the bench, Isaiah Thomas, Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan, Jerry Stackhouse, and Ben Mathurin. And Jerry Stackhouse was the last to do that, and that was 1995. So he's doing things off the bench right now, scoring-wise. It's just so easy. And it's not shocking that he's scoring points in the NBA, but to me, it's pretty surprising that he's so easily able to get by the first defender and just really taking the contact at the rim and averaging something like 5-6 free throws a game is incredible for a rookie.
Well, and because you always wonder, there's a huge difference. We can't see it on television, but we certainly can when you get to watch the games in person. Somebody told me the further you are away from the court, the slower the game is. So when you're watching him play and you're sitting in McHale or watching on television, you don't appreciate the speed of the game, and you really don't appreciate the speed of the game from the collegiate level to the professional level. It's a whole other thing, because that's why you see so many great college players, whether it's NFL or whether it's in the NBA. You see so many great college players, Heisman Trophy winners, Final Four MVPs, that just can't get it done on the next level because it's a completely different game speed-wise. So I'm sorry, just a second. So for Ben Matherin, watching him with that first step, being able to accelerate past NBA players, really tells you we had something special here in Tucson.
Yeah, Rich, the thing is, as everybody knows, Steph Curry broke the NBA. And so ever since his second, third, fourth year when he started, making 300 threes a season, the spread of the offense, everybody is super spread out right now. And because teams are putting a bunch of shooters. Look at the height of every average NBA starting lineup from 25 years ago versus today. And today, some teams don't even play centers. No. So, like the Raptors, who we'll talk about, they only have one center on their entire roster. Okay, so teams are really spread out. And when you're a guy like Matherin who can slash and get to the rim and is so bursty to get there really without much problem, and then he just has to finish over a power forward center or around them or do tricky stuff like that or get fouled. Right now, the game could not be more set up for Benedict Matherin's style because he obviously had 5 threes in his last game. He obviously can hit that shot, but it's not the outside shot that sets up his drive. Steph Curry is not fast enough, Rich, to get by his man just by foot speed. Right. But because he's the greatest shooter of all time, people have to be much closer to him because of how quick he gets that shot off.
And he can
go by his... Yeah, he can go by his man anytime he wants because he's the greatest shooter of all time. Ben Matherin can get by his man because of that quick first step, and they're going to have to start respecting the outside shot because his form is about as good as it gets right now. So
it's awesome.
He's 20 years old, Rich. It's insane. Yeah, he's so young. He's got so much to learn, so much to grow. But right now, I can't be more impressed than I have been. I've seen every Arizona player come out of here since 85, I'll say, and I think Ben Matherin's about as NBA ready as any of them.
So, here's the other part I'm wondering. What else are we going to see as far as this class that's coming out? So, for Ben Matherin, we're watching him really blossom into something probably quicker than the other two that have made it to the NBA. In Chicago, they love Dalen Terry, even though I'm going to bet against the Bulls. They love Dalen Terry. The other one that we haven't talked about or heard much about has been Christian Coloco, who ended up going to the Toronto Raptors. So the other night when I saw the alert pop up on my phone, Heat Raptors fight, I'm like, oh, there they go again. And I worked at the ticket down in Miami, the Heat flagship station, so I covered the Heat for quite a bit, and I'm a big Heat fan. I love
it's that culture, Rich. Yeah, it's that culture.
I love Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley and Riley we trust. And Toronto has always been one that they just get underneath each other's skin. I didn't put 2 and 2 together that when these two are going to start thumping and bumping and grinding and elbowing and knocking each other to the ground, that Christian Coloco was going to be elbow deep in all of this. I'm going to play the highlights for you in just a second, but I'm just going to tell you, Christian Coloco did not back down an inch from anybody, and he is getting challenged right now at 7'1", and he answered a big test. We'll play the highlight for you coming up here in just a second. But I was really impressed with what CeeLo did in this game against the Miami Heat and how he handled himself. We're going to get to that coming up here in just a moment. Real quick, I want to remind everybody, today's program is brought to you by PGA Tour Superstore. PGA Tour Superstore is Southern Arizona's best, biggest, brightest. It's like just different than any other golf store you'll find anywhere. It's got the widest selection of golf balls at everyday low prices. It's got PGA instruction on site. So let's say you just want to take up the game of golf. What do you need to do? I got to buy clubs. All right, they have those at PGA Tour Superstore. I need golf balls. All right, they can take care of that for you. I need golf shoes. All right, done. They can do that. They have all of that at PGA Tour Superstore. I need instruction. Absolutely, they have instruction right there, PGA certified instruction in the store. I want to make sure my clubs are fit properly. They've got custom club fitters right there. They have everything you need for the game of golf all under one roof, and it's called PGA Tour Superstore. Literally, anything you need for the game of golf, they have for you right there except for your God-given talent. That's why I still continue to struggle, but I look good while I'm out there. So here's the deal. If you're taking up golf for the very first time, because you moved to Tucson, everybody plays golf. All right, I've never played golf before in my life. I need to start. You roll into PGA Tour Superstore. They will help you get set up with your first set of clubs. They'll get you shoes. They'll help you find what kind of golf ball to play, and they can even teach you how to hit a driver. All right there. Or if you haven't played because it's been ungodly hot and you're like, okay, time to get back out there, I need to get my clubs re-gripped. I need to get that one that I bent the shaft the last time I played. I need to get that thing fixed. They can take care of all of that for you right there at PGA Tour Superstore. Like I said, it has everything for a golfer's need. Located at Oracle and Limberlost, PGA Tour Superstore. And here's the best part. They're friends of the program. And they've got a hookup for you. It's the Rich Herrera hookup. You go to PGA Tour Superstore and you tell them, hey, I listen to Wildcats Radio 1290. They'll take $20 off a purchase of $100. They'll take $50 off a purchase of $250. How's that for getting you in the game of golf? PGA Tour Superstore, the biggest, best selection, really the only golf store you'll ever need. PGA Tour Superstore. All right, coming up, I got this highlight for you. Christian Coloco, welcome to the National Basketball Association. That's next here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Coloco. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Coloco, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Coloco. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down, and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it and tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Coloco. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out, the locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Coloco. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Coloco, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Coloco looked like one driving down. That was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Coloco screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Coloco. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's a
tied.
huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps into the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big.
Pulling on the field is a safety.
Yes. That's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Abear, they just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
Rich Herrera Show rolls on here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Back from vacation. Had a nice time. Relaxed. Went to Disneyland for the day. Spent some time with the family. Even got a chance to talk to my son, who's in the South Pacific right now. Hopefully he's going to get to his next port the next couple of days so we can hear from him before he goes back out. And I think he's coming back across the Pacific Ocean back over to the States. So hopefully
How many Disneylands are there in the South Pacific for him to go hang out at?
You know what? He was so excited when he landed in Tokyo at the airport. The driver picked him up from the shipping company, and they were driving, and he said, "Dad, off to the right, I saw something." I go, "Oh," and he said, "Wow, that's kind of weird. That looks like the Matterhorn." And then he goes by another one. He goes, "That looks like Big Thunder." And then he sees another one. He goes, "That's Tokyo Disneyland." And then he saw the big sign for Tokyo Disneyland. He goes, "Dad, I drove by Tokyo Disneyland." He was still under quarantine, so they didn't get to go because they're very strict with foreigners coming in.
Yeah.
And COVID protocols in Japan right now. But he goes, "Oh, man, I was there for 3 days, not far from the park. I could have gone." I said, you know what, maybe next time.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
No, not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. And I've been to the park. I've been to Disneyland probably. We used to go every other year when I was a kid, so I've been there probably 20, 30 times. And we had annual passes in Florida. We used to go during the off season. We'd probably go 7, 8 times a month because it was an hour and 15 minutes from our door to the front gate. So we would go every weekend just about. So I'm such a dork. I love everything about it. So we had a good time. And people are laughing like, "Really? That's how you spent your vacation?" Standing there in line for rides with with thousands of people you don't know and kids screaming. I said, "Absolutely, it was the best time. It was the best time."
I haven't been in so many years, Rich, but same. My dad's from Glendale, part of LA,
right.
And his mom was out there my whole life. So every summer as a kid, when my dad had moved out here, we went down there to Anaheim, and I think pretty much every summer for like 10 years we went to Disneyland. But I haven't been in so long. I feel like it's completely a different universe. I like the fact, even since like I don't even know if I've been since Fast Passes and all that stuff. Like we used to stay at the hotel and then just take the monorail.
Right.
Back in those days, like in the 80s, you know.
Oh no, we went and explored and did everything there was. So it was a great time. I did mention this about Christian Coloco. So if you get that highlight for me
Yeah, we got it ready to go.
JW. So if you saw this pop up and it was just meaningless to everybody else in the world, Christian Coloco was involved in a dust-up with one of the Miami Heat. Now, when it popped up on my phone, I didn't think anything of it because I forgot that Coloco was in the middle of all of this. And then when I, over the week, I saw the highlight, and I had to play this for you because it's so awesome. Because here's how new Christian Coloco is to the NBA. The Miami Heat announcer, this is the television announcer, so I didn't work with him because I was on radio, but the TV announcer for the Miami Heat didn't know Christian Coloco's name. Let me roll the highlight for you, JW.
To Christian Okolo, he gets knocked down, and oh my, they go into the seats. Caleb Martin and Christian Okolo right in front of the Heat bench. Oh, this is not a good-looking scene.
Oh, the whole Heat bench has been vacated.
And oh my goodness, those fans in the first row. Christian Okolo did not take well to the Caleb Martin foul and came out swinging.
Gotta be smart here. Miami in such control of this game. Don't want the emotions to run so high that you lose your advantage here. The key players out. See how they rule this. They're going to have to review the video.
We're going to have to get another look at Caleb Martin's foul on the 7'1" Christian Coloco. Under the basket. See him entangled there?
The ruling on the court is a loose ball foul on Martin.
Yeah, there's nothing flagrant there at all. But that's where Martin may have made the mistake to hover over the fallen Okolo after the play, but I don't have any problem with the foul.
I don't either. They were battling for the loose ball on the weak side of the rim, but maybe standing over and in a threatening way there and kind of bodying him up.
At the least, it's Martin's fourth foul. Now, the officials are going to have to mull this one over, but look at that. Right over the camera, folks, into the first row underneath the basket. Folks,
So that highlight courtesy of Bally Sports Miami, but JW, I love that because it was Christian Okolo who was involved in the dust-up with.
I think he said his name 3 or 4 different times in that little stretch there.
Christian Coloco, welcome to the National Basketball Association. All the announcers are trying to learn the name of the 7-footer for the Toronto Raptors, but I wanted to play that for you. So what had happened was Coloco, or Okolo, if you will, and Martin were just off underneath the basket, and Christian had his arm hooked in with Martin, and they were kind of flailing a little bit. Christian ended up coming away trying to get to the ball, and one foot was up in the air, and he was kind of leaning into Martin, and he fell down as he falls on his back, and it was pretty much an ordinary play. For whatever reason, Martin advanced and was going to try to stand over the top of Christian. Not a great idea by Martin, because as Christian was going to get up, he had both his feet up in the air. You know where you kind of you bring your feet together and you kind of pull them back, and you're going to use it to rock yourself up. Well, Coloco didn't see him, and he was trying to rock himself back up with his 2 feet, and all of a sudden his 2 feet are right there keeping Martin from on top of him. So as Coloco gets up, Martin gets up in his grill, knocks him to the ground. They wrestle for a little bit. Christian kind of puts his hands up like, okay, I'm done. Hey, listen, I don't want any intentional fouls, and I'm going to get kicked out of the game. All the Heat players came rushing over to Martin's aid, and Christian kind of gets up and like, dude, what's going on here? Martin's all heated. The Heat are all heated. Martin ended up getting suspended a game. And Christian Coloco will have his first fine, now that he's a professional, of $15,000 for getting involved with that dust-up for the Miami Heat. But I just wanted to play that highlight for you because Christian Okolo, who went to, I think he went to Arizona, was in the middle of that
Grand
tussle.
Canyon.
Yeah, he went to Grand Canyon. Christian Okolo of Grand Canyon University ended up with a $15,000 fine. Now, Christian Coloco from the University of Arizona is a beast. Don't mess with him. 7-footer, but, again, his size, everybody in the NBA is going to try him until they figure out that you're not going to be able to shove him around, and he will shove you back.
Two things really quick, Rich. Two things. The only reason Coloco got kicked out there and fined is why? It's because of the malice of the palace, right? Like, they can't have anything ever happen like that again. So the situation nowadays is any altercation, both players are ejected. That's number one.
Right.
Number two, Caleb Martin basically, if you watch the video, just walked over and stood over Coloco so he couldn't get up. He couldn't stand up, and all he did was stand up and push Caleb Martin out. The other side of this coin, if you're not familiar, is that Caleb Martin is starting for the first time in his career this year, Rich. Yep. And this is 4 or 5 years into his NBA career. He's shooting 15% from three on a lot of attempts. He's shooting 25% from the field. He's got more turnovers than assists. He's not playing well in his first time as a starter. And the Heat fans, as you know, you were down there, they're not okay with that, right?
They're not
if you produce, they love you, and if you're lacking, then they want somebody else in there who can do that job. So I think Caleb Martin more or less is feeling that pressure. And today, I don't know if you saw what he said today, but he took full responsibility. He said it was 1,000% his fault. He was the one who made it happen, and called Okolo a few times and, apologized to him fully. So I could read you what he said, but Martin took full responsibility.
No. We need to read, because so many times on sports radio, we just run our mouths and we talk a lot of trash and we point out everybody's foibles. But you know what? I will give Martin credit for manning up, saying, you know what? Heat of the moment, my fault. This is 100% on me. And the fact that he called him and apologized to him, hey, you know what? Martin, I'm giving you a standing ovation here, buddy. If I were standing there, I'd stand up, but I'm sitting down. But I'm giving you a sitting ovation for that.
Rich, he said this. He said today, I got to deal with the consequences. I reached out to him last night. I talked to him Saturday night and yesterday morning, just letting him know I apologize, and that's not the way I carry myself, and I don't condone that type of stuff. Obviously, he was cool about it. We talked about it, and he understands. He doesn't hold it against me. So long as me and him are good and he understands where I'm coming from, I'm good. I remember being a rookie and scratching and clawing for playing time too, Martin added. You've got to do whatever it takes. And so, he said it's 1,000% is actually not even a possible percentage, but that's the percentage he used today to say it's 1,000% my fault, and Coloco was still fined $15,000. Most people I saw in comments today said Martin should pay Coloco's fine if he really, really wants to make things even, because he really was 100% or 1,000% responsible for that incident.
I think it's a tax write-off because it goes to charity.
I think a lot of times players and boosters, if you will, whatever that NBA equivalent is, they'll pick up that kind of stuff if it's clearly Coloco was just trying to stand up. Yeah. That's all he did.
No, listen, you know what? Christian Coloco stood up for himself, and everybody's going to try him in the NBA. Everybody, especially at 7 foot, everyone's going to try him in the NBA, so he better be used to this. And I think he did a good job of standing up for himself, JW.
The best part of the story, Rich, was after the game. Not best, but the funny part of the story to me is after the game, Coloco was asked about the incident, and he said, he was wide-eyed. He's like, I didn't know it was even happening. And he said, I don't even know who that guy is. And, it's funny because knowing Christian Coloco, he's just an innocent, happy-go-lucky kind of person in general. And so he really was genuinely just saying, I don't really know who Caleb Martin is. Not a disrespectful thing like, I don't even know who that guy is. That's something that some NBA professional sports players might throw that around as a slight to the person, but that was not the case. He just said, I don't even know who Caleb Martin is. So it's not as if there was some kind of bad blood that had been carried over from some other incident.
Well, and then, you know what? Let's give credit where credit is due to Caleb Martin for being man up, and he didn't give you one of those the worst apology in the world, the one that I hate more than anything else. So for anybody that I might have offended, no, either you're going to apologize or you're not going to apologize. Don't give me for anybody that I might have offended, for anybody that might be offended by what I did, how about just standing up and going, you know what, I want to apologize, 1,000% my fault. Dude, Caleb Martin has earned some respect in my eyes.
Yeah, no doubt. And, again, going back to that tongue-in-cheek thing I said while you were introing this, Rich, there is the Miami culture, and that's a dumb concept to me. I think it goes back to Pat Riley's days in New York, after he left L.A., and they were so strong. Well, no, but I mean, when he went to New York, that was those teams that averaged 87 points a game. Oh, okay. They had no scorers, and it was just all physicality.
Yeah, Riley
that there was a bunch of and so when they took that down to Miami, that Heat culture, I respect. I totally respect that concept. But I feel like some guys, especially Caleb Martin, who's semi-new, is trying a little too hard to prove how tough he is in a situation that doesn't require it.
Well, you had Udonis Haslem down there who set that tone for so long with the Miami Heat. But you know what, though? The other part of that Miami Heat culture is accountability. And that's why LeBron James couldn't coexist in that culture, because it was accountability. Nobody's bigger than the team. Not Dwayne Wade, not Chris Bosh, not LeBron James, not anybody. Jimmy Butler isn't bigger than the team right now. So I do appreciate everything that franchise stands for. So again, Caleb Martin, hats off to you for stepping up and saying the right thing and not giving me one of those wishy-washy, for anybody that I might have offended, apologies. That's a real man right there.
There is one final little tidbit, if you want it real quick.
Sure.
There is a guy who got drafted last year, if you're not familiar, and his name, unfortunately, is Nikola Jovic.
Right.
Okay? So he's about as close a name as humanly possible to the previous MVP of the NBA for the past 2 seasons.
Nikola
but he's a rookie.
Versus
Jovic.
Yeah,
Jokic and Jovic.
Okay.
Right? Jovic with a V and Joke with the K. So he came off the bench, and just because it was right there next to him, he got suspended. And he's talking about how he didn't even know, because it was right, and it happened right next to him. So this poor rookie from Serbia, he just came off. He didn't get involved. He was just standing there, but because he came off the bench, and the Malice in the Palace rules, he had to be suspended.
That is outstanding. Great story, JW. Thank you so much. All right, coming up a little bit, some preseason accolades thrown out for Arizona basketball. Who was on the All Pac-12 preseason team? We'll tell you coming up next. Also, top of the hour, my man, our favorite, the captain. I didn't get a chance to spend the weekend with him, JW. We didn't get to hang out with Kelvin Efon, but he's coming up.
Well, Kelvin needs a break too, right?
Kelvin needed a break from me in the worst way. But Kelvin Efon will join us at the top of the hour. And coming up this hour as well, I got more tickets to give away for Arizona women's basketball. It's Monday. We do the Blitz every Monday. We give tickets away just for listening to this program. Reminder, we're live, Desert Diamond Casino here on South Nogales Highway. Come by, join us. We have a drawing for dinner. They've got their big cash drawing that goes on at kickoff, halftime, and after the ball game. All right here with your friends from Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step to handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's a
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps into the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big.
Fully on the field is a safety.
Yes. That's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Abear, they just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
Who made the preseason All Pac-12 list for the University of Arizona? Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Rich Herrera. Yeah, you heard Kirk Reese's name out there. You heard Julius Cabellas. The Arizona Wildcats, well represented, being the Pac-12 defending champions. But as they get ready for Pac-12 Media Day, they've announced the preseason All Pac-12 players. And Julius Cabellas from the Arizona Wildcats. We'll talk with Kelvin about this coming up at the top of the hour. Was on the first All Pac-12 team. So the Arizona Wildcat represents one of the top 10 players in the Pac-12 conference. Jaime Jaquez, did they graduate, JW? I thought that guy was gone already.
I think he is a 9th-year senior, Rich.
Yeah, it seems like he's gone to college since 1963. I think he started with Bill Walton at UCLA back in the 70s for John Wooden. Anyway, Jaime Jaquez Jr. makes the All Pac-12 team. Tiger Campbell makes the All Pac-12 team. Will Richardson from Oregon is also on that team. Drew Peterson from USC. Harrison Ingram from Stanford. Boogie Ellis from USC. Spencer Jones from Stanford. Brendan Carlson from Utah. All make that team along with Julius Cabellas for the All Pac-12 team. Second team 5 players on that one. Marcus Bagley from Arizona State, Pella Larson from Arizona, Tristan Da Silva from Colorado, DJ Horn from ASU, and Kirk Carissa also makes that list. The Arizona point guard. Honorable mention receiving votes for 8 or more of the media. Mamari Bailey from UCLA, Umar Balo from Arizona, Jaden Clark, UCLA, Quincy Guerrero from Oregon, KJ Simpson from Colorado, and Khalil Ware from Oregon also make that list as well. So Arizona represented, but it looks like it's a UCLA USC dominance on the first team. In fact, UCLA with 2 players, the Trojans with 2. Stanford has Harrison Ingram and Spencer Jones. So UCLA, USC, Stanford, more representation. But I think they probably got it as right as they can because I'll be honest. In fact, we just had a gentleman over here like, hey, Rich, love football. I want to talk basketball because that's where our bread and butter is, and I agree.
Yeah.
I think the Arizona Wildcats, and I asked this at Tommy Lloyd. In fact, can you find that quote? It's in our folder. It's under new folder in there. When I asked Tommy a couple weeks ago about compare and contrast this team to last year's team, here's what I think. I'm excited that the games are coming up. We're going to get a chance to see them. But I have no idea, and I don't think anybody does in America, what the Arizona Wildcats are going to be like for this season. If you can find that.
Yeah, briefly. I got it ready for you, Rich. Briefly, I think you just said it. I mean, Jaime Jaquez has been there how many years? Their point guard has started every single season, right? And he's been incredibly. Tiger Campbell's been a very good player now as a starter. Now go back to the Arizona roster. You lose 3 guys in the NBA, first rounders, basically. You're going to have a lot to replace. There's so many unknowns as to how it finishes. And the rest of the preseason is about the guys coming back who've already proven it. Unless you're, let's say, a top 5 high school recruit, and everybody knows if LeBron James goes to college, or this, the guy Wemba Yemba, that guy
Ellis,
coming out next year.
Boogie Ellis is from San Diego. He was supposed to be signed, sealed, delivered from Duke. Didn't go to Duke. Bounced around. Now at USC, but when he came out and he was heading to Duke, they had all the hype in the world. Everybody knew who he was. He was supposed to be the next great Blue Devil.
I think so much of it is preseason is like a popularity contest. What have you done? How successful have you already been? You came back to school, obviously. If you were averaging 15 and 10 last year, you're going to be preseason first team in the conference. But so much of it has to do with guys from overseas. Like they're never going to be. You're never going to get a guy to come over here from Finland or anywhere and get a preseason nomination for that because they just don't have the AAU summer hype. That all the scouts go to every one of those tournaments, and they're almost household names by that point, right?
Well, okay, but to your point, you got to earn your bones in the Pac-12, right? Azuolas Tubelis has earned his bones. He gets into this All Pac-12 preseason list. Pella Larson's starting to. Kirk Reese's starting to. But you're right because if you look at it, what did I know about Azuolas Tubelis? When the Tubelis brothers. They announced the Tubelis brothers are coming to the United States. Everybody goes, who are they? When you hear Pella Larson's transferring in, you go, who's that? The only one who really got everybody excited was Kirk Risa just because he was Kirk.
Yeah. And, I mean, a lot of those guys have international reputations. The guy I always think of, and it's actually very timely, Rich, is Larry Markkinen because he was the same thing, a very late signing. He was thought of to be one of the top young players in Europe, but nobody knew anything about him. And by the time he got to campus and left, I mean, he's one of the best big men shooters. And now that he's on Utah, I don't know if you've seen what Markkinen's been doing, but he might lead that team that was supposed to be tanking and losing 82 games. He might lead them to a playoff berth. I mean, that's how well he's playing and how well he played over the summer for Finland. So, yeah, point being, if you're coming in here if you're a foreigner coming in, you're not going to get preseason nods for All-American, for All-Conference.
It's going to take you a couple years before people figure out who you are.
Exactly.
And that's where Azuolas has done that. From his first year playing under Sean Miller to last year playing under Tommy, and now really getting ready to take that big step. I'm going to ask that of Kelvin of the guys that I have on this list. Who needs to take the biggest step? For me personally, I know what Azuolas could do. I think I just need him to be consistent, and I think I need to see him be a little bit more physical when you play teams like Houston and TCU. But for
I'm not on the air. I have the highlight for you.
But for me, the guy that I really want to see take that next step is Kirk Carissa. Go ahead, JW.
Yeah, no, Tommy last year versus this year you asked for. I got that.
Yeah,
I got that clip from Tommy Lloyd.
Perfect. Okay, let me get to that in just a second. But for me, Kirk Carissa's got to be the guy that is going to fill the void that I have. It's not in leadership, not in scoring, but just in presence. I want him to fill that void because right now nobody knows what Arizona basketball is going to be. Nobody knows what Arizona basketball will become. In fact, I asked this at Tommy Lloyd at Media Day, compare and contrast this year's team to last year's team, and here's what Tommy had to say.
Compare and contrast last year's squad versus this year's squad in athleticism and ability to play fast?
I mean, man, I'm a now and next guy, so it's hard for me. I don't know. I mean, a lot of it's I don't know. I mean, we're going to try to play fast. I mean, that's how I like to play, and that's how I think it's most advantageous for us. You know, obviously we lost some high-end players, but you know, those were really talented guys. But you know, I think sometimes we focus on the talent we saw at the end, as opposed to the talent we saw at the beginning of the season. And you know, I was talking to Pella about that. I mean, and I talked to other people. I mean, where I'll give, you know, Dalen and Christian and Ben a lot of credit is, you know, they got better. And they took coaching, and we gave them tips or ideas to get better. You know, they embraced them, and you know, and then if I got on them because I didn't think they were doing it, they were okay with it. So those guys put themselves in position to get better because they listened and they really worked hard. So, I mean, I think a lot of, you know, what we're going to see from this team is going to come down to that as well. And will guys individually get better? Will they take the coaching? I mean, I guess it's a wait and see.
It will be a wait and see to see who fills some of that void. How is Kirk Carissa going to take the coaching that Tommy Lloyd is going to throw his way? How is Azuolas Tubelis? Both of them have aspirations, I'm almost positive, of playing beyond Arizona Wildcat basketball. So if that's the case, whether that's getting them to the NBA or getting them to play at the highest levels of the European League, Tommy Lloyd knows what it takes to get there, and he sent guys there, and he's going to talk with those guys, and he's going to explain to them, here's what you got to do to get there, here's what we agree that we're going to work on, here's everything that I promised I'm going to do for you, here's everything you're promising you're going to do for me, and if you come short, I'm going to get on you, and then you have to be able to take that criticism and go to the next level. I thought it was interesting because he was talking about Courtney Ramey and Cedric Henderson. I think it was about Ramey he was specifically speaking of, that when Ramey was in the portal and they started recruiting and they started talking to him, they said, okay, here's what Courtney Ramey's here is saying, here's what I'm going to bring to the Arizona Wildcats. And the coach says, great, here's what I'm going to do for you if you come to that program. And Courtney Ramey worked it hard. He made sure that he got a commitment from Tommy Lloyd. You can help me get to that next level. I'm going to leave Texas. I'm going to come out here to Arizona. Here's the role. I don't mind coming off the bench. I don't mind having this role, but I need to make sure that when it's all said and done, we're going to win, and I'm going to have a chance to advance to the next level. And that's what Tommy promised him. So I think that he's going to be a big cog in the wheel of Arizona basketball, and I think Kirk Carissa needs to be an even bigger presence offensively, defensively, consistently three-point shooter, and a guy that fills some of that void, that just the presence that you have of DT and Ben Matherin, but he's going to have to do it being under control. So we'll see what Kelvin has to say about that coming up here on the program.
I got one quick question, one quick statement, Rich, is that all Kirk Carissa needs to do is keep shooting. Because if you look at those last two games, in the NCAA tournament, I don't know if you remember, but he was 2 out of 18, I want to say, 2 out of 16, and just 2 3-pointers. So he did not shoot well, but he's always been that guy. Next shot's going up as if he's as confident as can be. So all he needs to do is keep doing that, keep being confident in his shot, and just knock him down. As simple as that.
Okay, so can I also throw this out at you?
What's that?
We have an unfair expectation of Kirk Carissa. Now, he asked for this because he's named after Steve Kerr, and he asked, can I wear Steve Kerr's number? So automatically we have a certain thought in our head. We have a preconceived notion of what we expect Kirk Carissa to be because he's wearing that Kerr 25 jersey. And I think sometimes it's a little unfair because when he shoots, he's Kirk Carissa. He's not Steve Kerr. And when he misses, you look at him and you expect him to be Steve Kerr knocking down every big shot. We forget every shot that Steve Kerr ever missed. We remember the ones he's making, but we forget the ones that he missed. And we're expecting Kerr Carissa, because he's wearing his name and he's wearing his number on his back, to be just like Steve Kerr. So as a freshman, we're expecting him to be a clone of Steve Kerr. As a sophomore, we're expecting him to be a clone of Steve Kerr. I think this year we just need to expect Kerr Carissa to be Kerr Carissa, and nothing more, nothing less.
No doubt, and I think people forget Steve Kerr played with Sean Elliott for 3 years, and he had a really, really solid. But the one thing, Rich, I'll say is, people think Steve Kerr's magical ability was shooting, but that's not it. Steve Kerr was the best at his intelligence and his IQ on the court. People listening may not remember this, but Kerr played 38 games his senior year, and he had less turnovers than games played, averaged less than one turnover in 35 minutes a game, Rich, against really strong defenses who are trying to turn you over. So averaging less than a turnover per game, regardless of how many three-pointers he's made in his career in college and the NBA, Steve Kerr was never quick-footed, but always was in the right place on defense and always made the right read on offense. And Kerr Carissa could really learn from that, because if nothing else, keeping turnovers down and making the right smart basketball play is what he really needs to do, because just like Steve Kerr, he's surrounded by a ton of talent on this Arizona squad. So he doesn't need to do too much. He just needs to keep within, the realm of not making too many mistakes and just drive the bus.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we got to give stuff away, right?
Yes, we do.
All right, let's do this. Let's give away another pair of tickets to Arizona women's basketball for their first game of the season. We will open up the box office right now.
Tucson, are you ready to win? The Wildcats Radio 1290 box office is now open.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
With tickets to ball games, concerts, movies, and more.
We have to get on. We have so much time and so little to do. Strike that. Reverse it. This way, please.
Start calling at 520-848-1290 to win. Good luck from Wildcats Radio 1290.
Oh my God, thank you.
No, thank you for listening. We give you stuff just for listening on a Monday. What do you want to give? What number do you want to use today? You're going to win tickets right now to see Arizona take on West Texas A&M, the Buffalo. It's the first game of the season for Adia Barnes and the Arizona women's basketball team. JW, give me a number.
Let's do caller number 10, Rich.
Caller number 10. We'll make it a little more difficult for you as we're getting to the second hour of the program. Caller number 10, number DS. Call right now, 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. We'll take caller 10. You'll win tickets to see the season opener for the Arizona Wildcats women's basketball team taking on West Texas A&M. I will tell you this. I was sitting talking to some season ticket holders last night while we were eating dinner watching Monday Night Football. The season ticket base has grown so much. It's not you just walk in, sit wherever you want. This is a hot ticket. Everybody wants to see how Adia Barnes' crew is going to be. They've got some of the biggest followings in all of Tucson. We'll get you there for the opening night of Arizona women's basketball by calling right now. Be caller number 10 to 520-848-1290. Coming up next, Kelvin Efon, the captain, joins us here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Carissa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Carissa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step to handoff.
It is good.
Backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry. Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Coloco. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 have to go. Steal by Coloco. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Coloco, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Coloco looked like one driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Coloco screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Coloco. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's a huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps into the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big.
Fully on the field is a safety.
Yes, that's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Abear. They just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
TCU not going to foul yet. Mathurin looking at Tommy Lloyd. Shot clock at 15. Mathurin back and forth dribble. 10 to shoot now. Long ways from the bucket. Off to Dalen Terry. Terry looking for help. 6 to shoot. Way outside to Mathurin. 3, 2. Mathurin forces the 3 off the rim. No good. Follow. Koloko gets it home. And the Cats up by 5.
Offensive rebound. And the man of the night, Christian Koloko. 12 of 13 from the field. 28 points.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down. That was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's a huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps up in the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big.
Pulling on the field is a safety.
Yes. That's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Hebert, they just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.